Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It is Thursday. I didn't get a chance yesterday to do this. Down here in Florida, we had a hurricane come through. Um, Not a big deal. The power was in and out a little bit during the day, but nothing major. Just it'd go out and then come back on, and we had a lot of rain, a little bit of wind, no damage. Um, and not as much rain as other parts of Florida. I think just north of us, I'm in North Tampa. South Tampa, of course, it's really low, like basically below sea level, in downtown Tampa. So they, of course, they always get flooding when we have a decent rain. That's to be expected. But I think Spring Hill, north of Spring Hill, Cedar Key, some of those areas along the coast there, they really had some major storm surge and flooding. So a lot of damage to homes. I saw a lot of videos on TikTok yesterday of, basically 6, 7 feet of water, complete cars completely submerged underwater. Crazy. So there's definitely going to be some damage in parts of Florida, but the good news is the storm went through kind of quickly, and yeah, overall, I don't think there was too many problems from it. Um, Man, someday, I don't know, Tampa, the rumor is Tampa is protected by the old Indian tribe that used to settle there. That they, um, I don't know what crops or what fishing, whatever they were protecting, burial grounds. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was mentioned burial. There's a lot of burial grounds in Tampa, and supposedly that's the legend that the reason we haven't had a direct hit from a hurricane is because of the protection from this Indian tribe, to protect the burial grounds. I don't know if it ever does get hit, it's going to be it's going to be like Katrina maybe, because like Katrina, like a lot of Tampa sits right at sea level or lower. So yeah, if we get a direct hit from like a category 4 or 5 hurricane, I'm far enough north in higher ground. I'm sure I'll be okay. I certainly won't have storm surge to deal with. I'm pretty far inland, but yeah, a lot of people live on the water in Tampa are gonna. There could be a day of reckoning coming. You never know. You know, we'll have to see. So far, we've been dodging that bullet for many, many years. All right, let's jump into it here. Midtown is our proxy. We're going to be looking at books coming out next Wednesday, the 6th of September. We'll start off with Dark Horse, Barnstormers #3. Regular cover is by Lotte. You've got also a foil cover of that, and then there is a C cover. I think it's just a 1 in 10 incentive by Phil Noto. Um, it's a good story. I think Scott Snyder is doing a decent writing on it. You know, I don't see it ever being optioned or turned into a TV show or a movie or anything like that. So don't, and it's a decent read. It's not the most exciting read, but the art inside is beautiful. Tula Lotte is definitely a fantastic artist. But yeah, I wouldn't buy Barnstormer books with the idea that, oh, there's a lot of spec involved. No, there's zero spec in my opinion on that book. Masters of the Universe. So if you're a Masters of the Universe fan, you've got a new #1 here from Tim Seeley. Kind of like the A cover. Freddie Williams cover is pretty nice as well. Um, you've got a Javier Rodriguez cover. That's kind of cool. Yeah. So if you're a big He-Man fan, next week is definitely a book you want to make sure you grab. Tear Us Apart #1. This is a new #1. Jay Burchell is the writer, and Alessandro Miceli is the artist. I'm not too familiar with it. I don't know if that's worth picking up. Might be worth taking a look at, pulling it off the shelf and breezing through it, see if it's interesting or not. But it is a new #1. Moving on to DC Comics, Batman #137 will be out. Um, yeah, the Delato cover is good. It's not the typical greatness of Delato. I feel like I feel like that one was dialed in. Like, I don't know. I'm not feeling the Delato cover as much. I think the Jimenez cover might be the best, to be honest. Man, that's weird to hear me say that. I mean, I'm a huge Delato fan. I usually love all of his covers, but if I had to just buy one, I think the A cover would be the one I would go for. The Delato cover is just, eh, it's so. I'm not into any of these Rose Besh baby. It's like Rose Besh decided to mix her art style with a Scotty Young art style, I guess. I'm not into any of these covers. I'm not picking any of them up. I am a Besh fan under certain types of covers. I think certain female covers she's done really well with, like the recent Captain Marvel Dark Tempest cover was good. Some of her covers I like, and some of them I don't like at all. So it's kind of a mixed bag with me. That I don't really like any of these baby cover style. So I'm going to pass on all those. If you're a big Bane fan, then you'll like the E cover by Villalobos, celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. Yes, Bane is a Hispanic character. I believe he's from a island off the coast. Was it the island off the coast of Spain? I'm pretty sure he's a Spanish character. So I think that's why they have him on the cover. I know in the Batman movie, he was more like he was more like Mediterranean or something. Yeah, some kind of Mediterranean merc or something. But I think he's really Spanish. And there's also a 1 in 25 Quesada variant, black and white, if you like those. I just like the A cover thing. And the Delato cover is okay. I probably pre-ordered the Delato cover because I don't even know if I had the ability to see it. I sometimes just pre-order stuff without even knowing what it looks like. Just because it says Delato, I'll do that. Yeah, I think the A cover is better. Birds of Prey #1, Volume 5. I don't know if anybody's going to buy this. Kelly Thompson. Yeah, I like the black and white Bocciolo cover. It's pretty cool. He's a good artist. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's going to pick the series up. There's an Artgerm cover. I don't know, guys. Volume 5. I don't think the sales were ever good on the previous 4 volumes, but Blue Beetle, another book that it's gone to a 5th volume. I don't think anybody really buys it. Pretty much like myself, most people just buy a Batman title, a couple Batman titles, and that's about it. But maybe I'm missing out on something. If I am, please let me know in the comments. Maybe there's a DC book that I should be buying that I've not. Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, #10. I do like that Bettina cover. Solid cover. I'm glad it's not an incentive cover as well. I think I pre-ordered that bad boy. There's also a nice Riccardo Federici cover. Very nice. And for you horror style fans of art, the Frankenvilla cover, of course, that is a 1 in 25. Notice the discount down to $13.50. That's pretty cheap for a 1 in 25. All right, let's load more DC and keep going here. Peacemaker, I don't know. I think I bought the first issue, one of the incentive covers, but I don't remember it being eventful enough to buy the second issue. Poison Ivy #14. Yeah, the Nakayama cover is nice. It's very nice. He does a good job. Otto Schmidt cover is also very nice. I like that cover. Poison Ivy has not been a great read. I mean, I've read them all. A couple issues here and there are decent, but for the most part, it's more of a cover buy. You know, there's been some really, really strong covers coming out of that Poison Ivy series. I think the strongest one on this issue is definitely the Nakayama. That's the 1 in 50 variant on #14. Over ratio. Tells you the demand is still pretty strong on his covers. Shazam, yeah. I don't know. I think that's it for DC. That's enough. Spend too much time on that. Dynamite Entertainment looks like the metal premium cover, which I wish I had seen this yesterday. I might have grabbed this for $90. I thought I pre-ordered this from somebody. I can't remember. I've dug through my emails. I can't seem to find confirmation that I pre-ordered this, so maybe I didn't. I definitely have a couple of the foil covers of this cover, but the metal premium is delayed just because it's obviously it takes a little more to make a metal cover. This might be a fairly rare book, though. I looked online, I Googled it, and the only two sites I saw it available were graded, signature, verified by Frizen for like $225. So to get it below $100, you pretty much would have had to pre-order it and been way ahead of it. So, or I think grabbing it for $90 yesterday wasn't a bad deal off Midtown. Obviously, someone had the same idea and grabbed maybe their only copy. Definitely going to be a limited cover. Now, the only problem with Dynamite is that might show up. It hasn't yet. I did check their website yesterday. They do have the premium foil cover on their website for $50, but I've not seen them post the metal cover at all on their website. So I think it's because it's a pain in the butt to print. There's quality control issues with printing on a metal cover. It's basically aluminum. It's like an aluminum cover. So I don't think Dynamite is going to be selling it off their website, which means if you end up getting one of these, it should be a fairly rare Frizen cover, which means over the long term, I do think that the value of that book is going to continue to rise. So don't be surprised if I'm right about that. I'm pretty sure I will be. Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, Volume 2, Number 1. Bunch of covers on that. The Sudam cover is nice. Linzer cover, Perillo, the usual suspects. No Rose Besh cover. She did a lot of the covers on that first volume, but none on the second so far. IDW Publishing. Dark Spaces, Good Deeds. Number 4 will be out next week. Yeah, I think maybe the B cover that one's pretty nice by Elizabeth Beals. That might be worth checking out. I don't know. Oh yeah, there is a 1 in 50 Virgin cover that sold out on Midtown for $45. That's probably going to be a pretty hard book to find. Most shops are not going to order 50 copies of an IDW book with an unknown writer and artist. Just isn't going to happen. Godzilla Here Be Dragons, number 3. This has been a pretty popular series. I think the Tyler Kirkham Virgin cover is nice for $9. I'm not impressed with the incentive cover since it doesn't have Godzilla on it anyways. So that would be a hard pass for me. My Little Pony Camp Big Hoof. Looks like the 1 in 15 cover is sold out and the 1 in 25. People go crazy for these incentive covers. Again, remember, most shops are not going to order 5 copies of My Little Pony book, let alone 25 copies. So those 1 in 25 covers, they're probably good investments because down the road, people are going to, especially big people that are big fans of My Little Pony, which I am not, of course, but those books could garner some big money just because they're going to be rare. There's no doubt about that. Star Trek Defiant number 7 will be out next week. I don't really like any of the covers. I've picked up issue 6 had the Aja cover. I did grab those and did well. It's gone up since I bought them. But I don't really like. I know the black and white Brian Hitch cover is probably going to be pretty rare. Again, it's a 1 in 100 copy ratio copy, which most stores are not going to order 20 copies of a 7th issue of a series that doesn't sell anyways. So yeah, that's going to be a rare book. I just don't care for the cover. I need it to be rare, and I need to really like the cover for me to spend my money on it. So I just didn't care for the cover that much. Moving on to Image. Pure Evil D cover sold out. Mirka Andolfo. That's a good cover. Decent. Sacrificers #1 going to a second printing. Issue 2 of Sacrificers will be out. I do kind of like this 1 in 10 incentive cover. It's kind of weird. 1 in 25 I don't care for. Swan Songs #3, again, W. Maxwell Prince. He's the one that does all the Ice Cream Man comics, so great writer. I've been picking up these issues consistently. So the 1 in 50, that's going to be a tough book to find. There's not many stores are going to order that many copies of that book, so I'm not surprised it sold out pretty well, pretty fast. I think it does it for Image. Yeah, Marvel, Amazing Spider-Man #31, second printing incentive cover by Scan. $81 seems a little crazy. I think that seems a little nuts. Obviously, it's an homage to ASM 300. Yeah, if you could pick that up for 25 bucks, I think it's worth it. But $81, yeah, it just seems a little insane to me. I don't know. That Blade #1 second printing incentive cover was on Midtown for a couple of days. Somebody finally bought it, and I do see copies asking like $150 on eBay now. I don't know if they're going to get that, but I've not seen any sales other than around that $80 range. So again, if you can get it for 25 or near ratio, I think you could do well on those incentive covers, but to pay 80 bucks, it seems too risky to me. Ghost Rider, Wolverine, Weapons of Vengeance, Omega. This is a one-shot. Yeah, the covers are pretty nice. The 2 covers there. Incredible Hulk #2, again, second printing incentive cover, $81. Just seems outrageous to me. It just seems crazy. I don't know. Scarlet Witch, I don't know that anybody buys that anymore. It's just a hodgepodge of some strange books coming out next week. Silver Surfer Rebirth Legacy. I like the Ryan Brown cover. That's a 1 in 25 incentive cover. That one's decent. There is a Frank Miller. I think that's a 1 in 100. They've got it discounted down to 72 bucks. It's a Frank Miller cover. Just again, art style of Frank Miller is not always my favorite. Spider-Gwen annual #1 incentive, the Ji-Hung Lee Virgin variant cover, 180 bucks. This is a 1 in 100, guys. Not a 1 in 200. I think that's a 1 in 100. So that shows you how hot this book has been on pre-order. I was able to secure one for $99. I may end up selling it. If I can get 175 to 180 for it, yeah, I'll probably flip that. Star Wars Dark Droids #2. Yeah, I kind of dig the action figure variant. IG-88, that's pretty cool. By John Tyler Christopher. The E.M. Gist, that's a 1 in 50. Cover by E.M. Gist. That one looks pretty cool. You got a little C-3PO action. And then you've got, of course, I can't remember the name of this droid. He was in, what was it? Star Wars, was it Rebels? Rebellion? Yeah, it was that one where they basically steal the plans of how to blow up the Death Star. I can't remember the name of it. I'm close. Rebellion or something like that. That's the droid in that movie. But yeah, it's a cool cover. 1 in 100, going for 135. So if you can pre-order that around $100 or less, I think you did well on that one. Another E.M. Gist cover, Star Wars #38. Pretty good. I like Gist's art style. Venom number 23, incentive cover, $81. I don't know anyone that's buying that, but still for sale at Midtown for $81. No takers. I think it does it for Marvel. Rest are trades and hardcovers. Independence. Bad Omens Concrete Jungle. It's a new number 1. I don't know much about this. Sometimes Sumerian Comics has a good book or two that they produce, but I may wait on that to see if there's anything. I'm not going to pick anything up until I hear more about it. See, maybe watch a couple reviews on YouTube about it. Conan the Barbarian second printing movie variant is available. Issue 2 will be available next week of Conan the Barbarian. I don't know if this is worth picking up. I think the only copy I picked up on issue 1 was the movie incentive foil virgin cover for like $10. I did pre-order that one. Other than that, I'm not picking anything up on that. Crusader number 1 looks like both A and B cover are sold out. This is a Mad Cave Studios publishing production. I don't know much about this, but that's a good sign that both A and B cover, no incentive cover, those are both sold out. That could be that just Midtown didn't order a lot. Short print run maybe. Dwellings number 1, the 3rd printing will be out next week. I did read that first issue. I liked it. It's definitely interesting horror. It's kind of drawn for kids, but it's definitely not written for kids. So it kind of makes it an interesting read. Let's see what else. I'm not going to mention every independent book. There's just too many to mention. Hunt for Skinwalker. Yeah, I'm not surprised this B cover sold out. That's a pretty cool cover. I did watch that the Netflix series, Skinwalker Ranch, all the crazy things that happen. Yeah, it's something's going on there. I don't know what the heck. All I know is I wouldn't be visiting that area anytime soon. And it looks like the Florentino Virgin variant is also sold out. Oh yeah, and then there's also a incentive of that cover. That one is also gone and sold out at Midtown. Here's a title for you. It Eats What It Feeds, number 1. D cover. I don't know what that is, but interesting title. Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, if you like reading about people having sex continually as the world around them disintegrates, this book is for you. I picked up a couple copies of the first issue, maybe the second issue or third issue. I think it was only because it was a Frism cover. Yeah, not for me. It's definitely a terrible read. Some books are just not worth. It's not worth opening, especially if you're buying it for the cover. Sometimes the inside of the book is tremendously bad. Happens more times than not these days. Reflection number 1. This is a one shot. I don't typically like to buy one shots, but there is a Blade Runner homage. It looks kind of cool. That's sold out at Midtown. Looks like there's also a Mike Mignola cover sold out, and the black and white is still available. So I don't know. Zorro. Is anybody buying Zorro? Someone bought the limited edition variant cover that you can't see for $6. That doesn't seem like a big risk. That's it. The rest are trade paperbacks and hardcovers. So there are your books coming out next Wednesday, guys. A couple decent ones. Nothing too exciting. I kind of gave you my hot take on it. Let me know what you think. Maybe there was a book that I should have highlighted more. Please let me know that in the comments. Real quick, I'll recognize a couple people in the chat. We got Luis Ramirez and we got Kenneth Bird. Good to see you both. Thank you for stopping by. I know middle of the day. I'm not going to get too many people to watch this video. Most of you won't watch it until this evening. Make sure you're still subscribed to my channel if you would. Like and share the video if you wouldn't mind doing that. And also make sure you're subscribed to me on Instagram. I do post quite often on there. And so, yeah, check out my Instagram. Let me know what you think of this list of books coming out next week. Hope everyone has a great rest of the week. Tonight is Thursday, so I might be doing a live stream tonight. Depends on what I have going on here with the family, but if I can squeeze that in this evening, I will get on and I'll try to send out notification a little bit before I do, so everybody knows. And I hope everyone has a great week, and I'll see you soon.